Bring it back.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Oriental Empires. So, if you remember in the last video, we were continuing to build up our cities, trying to get our income a little bit more, while building up our army, preparing for our war to try and capture Zhou against the Dang Yi. So, our new reinforcements in terms of our trained dagger axemen and our sort of good quality archers are making their way up to the front lines before we're going to declare war and either try and pillage and steal all the money or capture this city, depending on how it goes. Although this is the first time I'll be attacking a walled city, so I'm a little unsure on siege mechanics and how that's going to go down. To the south, the Han are still there and are still as big and terrifying as ever, but they've not done any sort of particularly aggressive moves, and we have got a river line against them, so I'm hoping that for now they're just going to leave us alone. I have been saving up more money to try and build up a superior walls at Ao, which I would like to do. I would like to build a ram earth wall, but it's not something I've yet been able to do, so it's just something we're just going to have to hang on to and see if it improves going forwards. External trade has dropped off out of... Okay. I'm also hoping that technologically wise, once we research coinage in a couple of turns time, I'll be able to build a market which will increase our profits out of yin. So, nothing really to report this turn. Let's get straight into next turn and advance our armies up to make our new super army, which is going to crush the Zhou. Looked like there was a battle going on down here then. Perhaps not. No bandits to report in the area that I've seen as of yet, so nothing to really worry about there. So, a settler is available for recruitment. A settler is available for recruitment at a Jing. None of these are particularly important messages. Let's have a little look what we've got we can build. A siege granary, no, certainly don't want that. I would like to build a foundry, but for now I'm going to save the money. So, in the meantime, let's build a farm. Bow is massively overcrowded and the city really needs to be upgraded, but I can't afford to do it and the money's going to be spent at Ao anyway, so again that's tough. Continue building a farm there. Here all the farms will be converted to irrigated farmland from the river, so making them more efficient so they don't need to expand so much, and this will ultimately be the same, but for now more farms need to be built. And this is rapidly growing into sort of quite a nice little city, now up to 11 population already. Getting pretty good growth there. Nothing else really to report. So this army should now be a sort of one unified super unit. Look at this. Oh, we've even got... our person is on chariots. We've got all our... I'm trying to see which units of the trained dagger axemen. There are trained archers. Looking good, and then we've got our bodyguards. These these are our trained dagger axemen, and there's some more trained archers. So now I think we can actually actively declare war on the Yangdi, Dongyi, Yingdong, Dongyi. So let's do that. We'll declare war, and we're going to march straight on their capital. Let's see what happens. I don't think there's anything else to do this turn. All looking good. So let's have the excitement of marching against them. I have no idea what's going to happen, if anything. Presumably there's got to be a period of siege before anything can actually go down. Presumably we're now being shot at by the wall towers. I don't know how well sorted the animations for this sort of thing are currently. Okay, the siege of Zhou is underway. So we are being shot at. Oh, about to lose fire arrows. Oh, wow. Okay, well, give them hell. Okay, I'm glad we invested in a few units of archers. It seems like a worthwhile cost, given how effective they're now being in terms of firing their fire arrows at everyone. So we've got 3 units of archers launching arrows at the city. I have no idea in terms of the strength of the city, so I have no idea sort of how quickly before they can do any damage to it. We are being shot at by the towers, so there is a risk that we may take some casualties. Although I have no idea if anyone is actually dying. I don't know which units are being shot at by the cities. Oh. Ah, we've formed a breach in the walls, which is being defended by the unit's garrisons. I'm not sure if their garrison's going to come out. Let's fast forward a little bit. Oh, we have taken some casualties down here. And our units are now going straight into the breach. Are these people naked? Yes, they are. Wow. So these, I'm guessing, are their tribal light spearmen. So this is either our warrior's bodyguard or our trained dagger axemen. So I would expect to win this fight, as we are doing. We're slaughtering them pretty effectively, which is good. I'm pleased with this. I'm noticing that even, you know, given I have a fairly powerful computer here, but I'm noticing there might be a little bit of lag starting to develop. The animation isn't quite as smooth as some of the smaller scale battles. I'm wondering this because this is a siege and the largest battle we've had so far. If this is the cause of that. The archers are now having another go at the next section of wall, trying to burn it down. And our units here have about breached the wall. I'm not sure what that means for us, our warrior retinue. I'm not sure if this means we can now force our way into the city, or what. We're attacking somebody else. Let's just fast forward a little bit. Okay, some more fighting. Okay, so we had almost a turn of siege. Do I want to make a pact with them? Make a counter offer. I will agree to this if you offer to pay me. No, you're not prepared to pay me? Not even one per turn? Okay. Okay. Very well. Well, I was accepting, not you. Okay. So, by the looks of that, we had a successful-ish battle. We lost 28 men, but managed to inflict 64 casualties, but weren't able to achieve a decisive victory. So next turn, we're going to have another go at attacking Zhu, and see what happens there. In terms of our other cities, there's nothing else really to report. Yin is still, everyone else is still building farms, everything else is ongoing. Nothing to panic about there. One more turn and a couple more technologies will be finished, so nothing to do there. Nope, let's just head straight back into the next siege of Zhu. Presumably this means we've got to shoot all the bloody walls down again though, which is a bit of a pain. Oh no, we can pre-existingly fight through the gates. I wonder what units this is. So they're tribal light spearmen versus our trained dagger axemen. Ah, this is the first fight the trained dagger axemen have been involved in. How are they doing? It seems pretty inconclusive so far, I would have said. Don't really seem to be inflicting much in the way of casualties. A couple of the tribal spearmen are being killed, but they aren't as effective as my warrior retinue. So if we look over here, yeah, these are my warriors retinue, and the archers are providing a little bit of support there as well. And we're inflicting a lot more casualties against their tribal spearmen. The warrior dagger light spearman blokes starting to be a little bit more effective there now. So nothing too much to watch here, so we'll speed this up a little bit. I'm hoping that these people will push on and attack these people at the gate. No, you don't want to do that. Okay. There must be effectively a set period of time limit, which is why in each turn I'm not able to achieve complete victory. Just causing it into like an extended siege. But the total amount of troops they have available to them are dropping each turn, and sooner or later they'll run out of troops, I assume, and then that means I'll be able to capture the city. Oh yes, yes, I'll certainly maintain peace with the Han, since they are far more powerful than I am. So we've had a series of farms built, 4 farms built there. Now let's have a quick look at the battle report. So we lost 21 men and managed to kill 91. So overall, definitely worthwhile. Similar numbers actually in terms of combatants, but our troops are just far superior. and it's making it a lot more effective. So we have finished our coinage research. So we need to do terracing. And what else can we build? We can either build boats or bamboo strips. I think boats sounds like a more worthwhile venture. I'm just going to have a quick look now at the edicts tab. So so these are all the different things we can do. So we can like temporary effects of increased peasant unrest for 10 turns, and a more permanent peasant unrest, but noble unrest goes down, and grain tax 2 per person. Oh, so we have got. Oh, okay. So there's a few edicts we could consider doing, including. So this is the technological advancement. So it gives new technologies, but causes noble unrest for 10 turns. Okay, this all makes sense to me now. This seems a lot more. So I'm going to do a bit of research into them after this video, and possibly next turn we can look at issuing some edicts, and see if that can help us conquer the world a bit better. So financially, we still don't have enough to build our walls at Ao. Bo is still desperate for more space, but I still can't afford it. Although I'm beginning to think that the walls at Ao might be better off waiting, and we'll be investing in a city upgrade at Bo, given the sort of nature of the unrest that is developing there. So I think that'll have to do for this turn. There's not a lot going on here, so okay, let's push straight into the next turn. Oh no, I forgot to look to see if building a market at our capital would be worthwhile doing. So now these gates are on fire and have been taken down already, our people can get straight involved with engaging their peasant light spearmen, which makes life a bit easier. I'm sure you don't want to sit through this again, so I'll just go on slightly fast forward mode. Our troops are just trying to force their way into the city. And not a particularly effective turn. That turn we didn't achieve that much. It's just continuing on. We caused a few casualties, but we only double 2 for 1 ratio that turn, so not as effective as many of our others. We should continue the siege, and hopefully next turn we'll do a bit more better. So let's have a quick look at our capital and see if it could be worthwhile building a market. Increase the distance that trade may be conducted and increases the value of trade. So I think this is probably worth investing in, and I'm going to invest in it. I'm going to cancel that farm because I want it to be built sort of as soon as possible. I'm not going to put any workers at Ao because they're all very unhappy, but we will build a Bo, but we will have some workers at Ao, and everyone else has already got tasks. So not a lot to do this turn. Let's just head straight into the next turn. What have we got going on down here? So our people are yet again trying to take over the city. Heavy fighting. I'm worried that their sort of ability to fight on, I notice their sort of strength is getting less and less from my people. So yeah, again, we still haven't done it this turn, but they are starting to run out of units now. They've only got 3 units remaining. Let's have a look at the battle report. So we inflicted 140 casualties, but lost 53 men at the time. Is that men remaining? So they only have 38 men remaining. So next turn, surely the city will fall to us. I hope so. Been a long old fight, this one. Ah, but another enemy army has appeared on the horizon over here. Okay. Well, this changes things slightly. I have a very negligible garrison here. These two, I'm immediately going to march to Shang to try and reinforce the garrison at the city there. So Shang is actually not got any walls, so it's pretty undefended. But they have got to turn to cross the river before they will be able to siege the city. So I may be able to take Zhu, extract a certain ransom from it, and then ransom the city back for a peace along with a sum of money. Hopefully. But we shall see. Technology-wise, I don't think anything has changed this turn. No, it hasn't. So let's just push straight into the next turn. And let's see what happens. So hopefully we should be able to take the city this turn. There's really not a lot to do to it. I really sort of require us to be able to take the city this turn. Okay, so the garrison is dead. We can now march in. Okay, so we've taken Zhu. Now we just need to decide what we're going to do with it based on the actions of their army, which has crossed over the river into Jing. So, city captured. To decide whether to occupy, sack or destroy, so I have to make a decision there. Fires there, disease at Shang in land pillaged, or one of my farms has been burnt down, obviously. And the battle fought for the capture of Zhu. So in terms of the garrison at Jing, we could put up a bit of resistance to the enemy troops. I don't know if we could resist them entirely though. Let's have a look then at how much we could loot by sacking it. So we're only going to get 455 gold. I could destroy the settlement and kill all its people, or occupy it. So I'm thinking, given that we get a pretty negligible amount of gold by sacking it, then it makes sense to actually occupy the city. So I think that's what we'll do for now. Although presumably it's now pretty unhappy, and I probably can't build anything or anything like that. It has some things constructed, and it has a bazaar. Turmoil. The place is in turmoil due to recent events. You may not build here or recruit here for 2 turns. Well, that's fair enough. I can live with that. But the implication of this is that we're probably going to have to try and defend now, since they now really probably hate us. Although they are weaker than us, so maybe we could. We offer to make peace. Okay. Good. So we've taken the city from them, and before Jing can be taken, we have managed to secure sort of what I'd say is a favourable peace there. So I'm quite pleased with that. I think this seems like a good time to draw this video to a close, but I'm quite pleased now with the way our little empire is growing. We may not rival the power of the Han yet, although we can have a quick look at that. We are now equal in power to the Han. We are starting to become sort of a bit of a dominant force now. Hopefully we can continue to grow. I'll have a bit of a look into edicts, so that next time maybe we can start to take advantage of them. It's probably something I should have looked into earlier, but unfortunately just not something I really knew that much about. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, please hit the like button, comment anything you'd like to say about the video below, and subscribe to the channel, as it really does help me out. Thanks guys, and I'll see you on the next one.